The time is nigh. Open up your eyes to see the signs of the times. Got to be wise to all of their lives. Look to the skies from where my help comes. Wake up, got to wake up from the slumber. Don't let them pull you under. Rise up above the water. Never let them wrestle you into the mire.
Yes, mic check, mic check. Greetings in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, Empress Wazir Menin. Y'all already know is one perfect balance. Greetings and welcome to Politically Incorrect, where we get it correct. And if we're not correct, feel free to correct us. Today is such a high day. I mean, a high day. No, I don't necessarily mean that kind of high, you know what I mean? But a high day. Today is it should have been it should have been all across the globe a day of celebration for all those Africans and African descent Ethiopians. Today is the entry day, the Earth Light of His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie I, is 133rd. And it's just such a powerful day. It's been a real mystic day from the weather and everything else and all the other things that took place. Yeah, it was one of those days, man, a day for just understanding and overstanding and just reflecting on all the amazing things that has happened, that has been, manifested into this time. So I want to wish everyone a happy Earth Light Day for His Majesty. If you're not sure, you should probably go and look into it. The reason why I said I read the chosen ones, there's so much we don't know. And by not knowing is simply because we have not been exposed to certain degrees of knowledge. Because there's some folks who might have a degree of knowledge. I actually ran into a particular minister, a former minister from the DLP. I think he's now a BLP. I won't call his name because of circumstances, but this particular individual, what I tell you, you can't make this stuff up. If I could just record sometimes some of these ministers and then play it back for them at a later date and ask him, you remember this? Was you high? How the curiosity been? But anyhow, we're gonna let that slide. But it's amazing for me, realizing that there's so much that was withheld from a people. When you start to discover this, you start to wonder and understand why. Because you first wonder why, but then you understand why. Because you know what? Because knowledge going to set the people free. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. The Bible tells you that. If you subscribe to the book that Christians hold on to as theirs, although it is not, the book that we call the Bible, the funny thing is it says, my people, the chosen ones, are destroyed because they lack knowledge. And that's found in the book of Hosea 4:6 to be exact, that verse. I am sure most Christians know that verse, Hosea 4:6. The only catch is that most Christians, well, I shouldn't say most, because I was told not to generalize when I speak, because I can't speak for all, which is funny because I like to think I'm speaking for me, but I don't. So maybe I shouldn't say things like all or most, but the reality is that there's additional verses that some people perhaps have never read in that same chapter, Hosea 4. Getting into you too, King Alfred. Greetings. Pedro, I see you. Greetings on the King Earth Strong. I see you. Yes, maximum respect. Maximum respect. Fully respect. I have a clip on my page. There's a number of clips all over. The internet is flooded with folks acknowledging His Majesty's Day, and I mean, I've watched that grow, become more and more over the years. Even now, you see white folks having discussions about His Majesty. It's just amazing. It's like, okay, as it was in the beginning, right? So shall it be. Greetings to you too, Daffodil. Greetings. One perfect balance to you as well. Peter, I see you have put the eyes there, Peter Scott. I ain't sure, but I want you to stick around. I got some stuff. Listen, folks, if you're now tuning in, you want to tell a friend to tell a friend. I got some stuff to share tonight that might blow some of your minds, man. Perhaps some of y'all might have seen it before. Some of y'all may have never seen it before. Let me just put this phone on mute. You may have never seen it before, But I got some stuff to show tonight, some revelations that gonna blow your mind. I kid you not. You're gonna need a pen and paper, or you're gonna have to screenshot. But we got some revelations. I got some gold coins to unearth. Forget about burying a flag. We about to dig up some treasure. We about to dig up some treasure. We ain't burying a flag. We about to dig up some treasure. Barbados, are we the chosen ones? And man, oh man, oh man. Caribbean people, man. Keep your eyes on the prize. Good night to you too, Monica. Greetings, greetings, and salutations. Go tell a friend and tell a friend. The unfortunate part, though, is that I have so much information. This cannot be shared tonight at all. Not all of this. So the question is, where do we start? Well, I would like to touch on a few things. But let me touch on the things I wouldn't touch on. But let me touch on the things I need to touch on. So, as you all would know, like I said, today is that special day. So, I don't want to deviate too far from, good news and good tidings. But it's like, no matter where you look. All right. So that's what you're gonna do. I'm gonna start with the link first of all. Let me just go ahead and put that up. Where? I click on this one. This should be it. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm going to play this link. By the way, I want to say again, thanks to the folks that inbox and sent me the messages, sent me the links. Fully appreciate it, man. Like, love it for sure. Shout out to the inbox crew. There's a group of dedicated individuals that be just hitting me with the information, like, yo. Yeah, I give thanks. I give thanks all day, every day. I want to save this. It's on my page, so I gotta go on my page. Scroll down. Here we are. What if I put this up? Okay, let me try to put it up and see what happens. Okay. Now it's 3 minutes long. We'll let it run for a few minutes. Rightfully so. Shout out to Rastafari TV while we at it. This is only right. So tonight we're gonna do some studies, man. Let me go ahead and share this page. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Like I said, I got some videos to reveal, man. It is some shocking stuff. Some of y'all may never have seen it. We talk about the Emperor Haile Selassie the First. Did y'all know that Haiti also had an emperor and an empress? Did we? I don't remember learning that. I don't remember learning that one in school at all. Did y'all know that? If you knew that, put a comment. Let me know for sure. That Haiti actually had an emperor and an empress. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that wasn't that long ago. How come? Well, how come? Why there's some people in Barbados, some ministers specifically, openly boasting that we were never slaves. My family was never slaves. Well, to my knowledge, you was one of the two. If you weren't enslaved, you was a slave owner. So, shout out to good night to you too, family. Yes, we are the chosen one. Shout out to Maureen in the building. I see you, Maureen. Greetings to you too. Rhonda, greetings to you too as well, Rhonda. Shout out to Miss Rock. Greetings, far right, Rastafari, to you and the family. Special day, man. International Day. Don't teach nothing about the emperor in schools, not schools in Barbados. I remember meeting some Syrians here in Barbados years ago, and they were telling me myself and a few other individuals, they were telling us all about His Majesty, the whole family. I was like, wow. And you answer, I was, we don't know. And if they do know, for the most part, it may not be the most highlighted aspect. Somebody always got some funny joke or something. But anyhow, people can only speak from their level of understanding, so can't fault it. So the platform here got slight little modifications, but I can find my way around. I want to share this video first and foremost. 133rd Earth Light. We'll play this and then share this information with the people. Daffodil, we're going to share this with the people, man. We're going to share this with the people for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. Give it a listen, family, in case you never heard this before. Make sure the volume is on. Let me know how the volume is coming through on your side, family.
I was born on Saturday, July 23, 1892, in Ejasagoro, in the highlands of Ethiopia, located in the Hara region. I was born into the Solomonic dynasty, which is direct descent from King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba, and from the messianic bloodline of Joshua, the Christ. My lineage holds significant importance in Ethiopian history and culture and shaped my destiny from an early age. My mother was Wazaro Yeshimbet Ali Abajifa, a woman of strength, grace, and intelligence. She was born into the influential Abajifa, the second dynasty of Jimma, a region in southwestern Ethiopia. My beloved mother Lady Yeshimbet was renowned for her wisdom and deep understanding of Ethiopian traditions and culture. My father was Ras Makoen Wolde Michael, an eminent figure in Ethiopian history and a highly esteemed nobleman. Born into the powerful house of Shoa, Ras Makoen was a prominent general, diplomat, and statesman, known for his military prowess and strategic acumen. My father instilled in I a strong sense of responsibility and leadership. My beloved mother, Wazaro Yeshimbet, endured a series of 8 heart-wrenching miscarriages before giving birth to I, her 9th child. Each loss only deepened her desire for a healthy and thriving child to carry on the family legacy. Mother decided to make a pilgrimage and walked over 200 kilometers to the Kulubi Gabriel Church to pray for a child. Kulubi is known for its large church, dedicated to the Archangel Saint Gabriel, and is the site of massive twice-yearly pilgrimages. Soon after my mother's pilgrimage, she became pregnant with her precious child Lige Teferi Makonnen. When I was born, there was a devastating drought that plagued Ethiopia for several years. The country faced prolonged periods of drought and famine, with parched lands and dried-up rivers causing widespread suffering and hunger among its people. However, in response to a higher calling, a ray of hope emerged with my birth. My parents were overcome with pleasure and relief when I finally arrived on that crucial day in Ejasagoro. My arrival into the world coincided with a turning point in the weather patterns, as the rains returned to the thirsty soil, bringing much-needed relief and renewal to the land. Thunder rolled and lightning clapped, and the rains poured down on the land. My parents had no idea that the birth of their son would open a new chapter in Ethiopian history, determining the fate of the country and inspiring millions around the world. Many saw my birth as a sign of divine favor and a symbol of hope for Ethiopia's future. The drought's end marked the beginning of a new era. The star Sirius rises in helical fashion sometime on or after July 23rd.
All right. So that's the link I put up. A lot of groundation, something to get you going the earlier days. I think one of the things we got to look at also is recognizing that Ethiopia was never colonized. It was never colonized, so a lot of what happens in Ethiopia, what is going on in Ethiopia, what is going on in Ethiopia, a lot of it is tradition that was passed on for millenniums, man, thousands of years, as opposed to most countries now, when you look at them, most countries are only a few years, a few decades in some cases, in terms of their establishment, in terms of even the governance systems, a few decades at best. Empires rise and empires fall, and some remain the same. But definitely, it's the time for us to reflect and start to dig into some of the answers recently. How comes they never really tell us who or what we were before the enslavement period? Now, next week marks another celebration that they have. I think it's called emancipation. And I always tell people, emancipation. There's a video I have for that too. I wonder if I could pull it up really quick. I thought it was funny, but not funny in the sense of being cynical. But I thought it was entertaining, to say the least. But it was, they say a lot of serious things are said in jest. It was one of those videos that kind of like in jest, but there ain't nothing funny about it, man. All. Nah, I thought it did say, but I'm not seeing it. But that's fine. I'll have it for another night. In fact, wait, hang on a second. Hang on 1 second. 1 second. See what we got here. No? I think this is it. This is it? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. No. All right. I'll save that one for next time. I got a few videos I'm gonna have to save tonight for next time because the time may not permit it to be played. No, it ain't gonna allow me to play this. No, that's not it. That's not it. Not it. Okay.
Fine, right.
Okay. So we're gonna put that one side. So what I'm gonna do now is jump into the other part of tonight's program when it gets a little touchy. It's a little touchy. I asked you a question earlier if y'all knew that Haiti had a emperor. I saw the post today on it. Yes, on my Facebook page. Give thanks, family. Give thanks. Walaikum assalam, my brother. Peace to you more. Peace to you, brother Andrew. Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. Greetings to you too, Maria. Greetings and salutation. I am going to definitely, this is going to be a real eye-opener, family, because like I said, I personally did not know this myself. I'm also in the learning trenches when it comes to this information. And I sincerely hope that y'all can appreciate love the information, write it down, go do some research, and and let me know your thoughts as well. Do the research and give me a feed forward on it, because like I said, when I discovered this, man, it had me like scratching my head. Like, whoa. Like, whoa. Yes, all right. I'm trying to see if anybody any comments. Nobody don't even have a name. Maureen said, Emmanuel, even when they read the King James Version of the Bible, the descriptive language used to describe the chosen ones was brozik. Greetings and good night. Good night to you too, family. I asked the question, did anybody know there was an emperor in Haiti? I gonna put his picture up, man. I gonna put the image up. But I won't put the link up. You have to do the research on it. And I gonna share some images on it. But this might have been just an artist rendition of what he looked like. I'm gonna put this up. Let me share this tab. Go back here real quick. Let me share this. And I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna put the link in the comments below or next, depending on when you're watching this, to go check it. Are we the chosen one? And you wonder sometimes, how comes these, pedigree individuals function the way they function? How come certain people, affiliate with different circles, and some just graduate and elevate, some get segregated, and so on and so forth? There might be things that they know that they don't tell you. Maureen said, yeah, bronze skin, hair like wool. I got you now, Maureen. Bronze skin, you see the bronze skin? You see the hair like wool? You see the hair like wool? Yeah, we know how it is. Yeah. We know how it is, Maureen. But let me show you this right here, family. I put the link up just now. Let me go share the image. Now, remember, family, I need to go do some research on this. I need y'all to go do some research on this one. So this is an artist, like I said, rendition of what they believe he would have looked like. I don't want to butcher this brother's name at all, but I will give you that in a second. Fustin was his name, Emperor Fustin. It's Salakwe. I think it's French, right? So work with me here, family. Nevertheless, y'all can actually translate it. But check this out though. Like, I mean, when you start to go into it, you realize that and this, by the way, is after they defeated Napoleon. Now, why would the people who were supposed to be enslaved and going through it back and forth, fighting all kind of stuff, right after they, free themselves from the French tyranny, decide to restore the empire and crown individual as emperor, even developing their own court of arms and the whole 9 yards. This is interesting, quite frankly. I thought this was when I saw this myself. And the coronation of this particular emperor in 1852, the 18th of April, 1852. You know what I'm saying? Go Google that, family. I'll put the date up in the comment as well. 1852. The coronation. Nobility, black nobility, what we call black nobility. But hold on, it's more. And this right here is a picture, well, a sketch, I should say. I don't think they were at that time photographs. I'm not sure when the camera was invented. Probably, give or take, sometime around that time might have clearly been. But nevertheless, the emperor. But check the crown. Check out the crown, man, the crown. And so, I had to go and do some digging up too. I had to go and look it up and see this particular crown. And believe it or not, I actually found the images of it as well. Don't worry, I'm gonna get one for you. I think I got one here somewhere. I have so many images. I don't even know where to start. Like, but doing this particular research was exciting because the more I dig, the more it came up. The more it came up, I saw how Barbados was connected to this whole thing. And I'm gonna give you that in a minute. Hold on, I got more for you. I don't even know. Like, this was so crazy. Like, I was on this for hours, man. I had to claw myself away from this. It was so exciting. So I just want to share it with you tonight. This kind of energy, synergy. I'm looking for the crown. I think I might have moved the file. Let me check here and see. This might be it. I don't know. I can go back and go to this one here. Look, let me go to this other link here. Let me give you this link here. And by the way, obviously, he also had an empress, like I said. So it wasn't just him. It was him and her. Hold on. Let me go ahead and drop this in. To the Haiti and Jamaica, two serious countries. Hold on. This right here, that was him. That's the link for him. His Imperial Majesty. And this is the link. Let me give you the link for her as well. Let me share this one here instead. Adelina was her name. Let me drop that in the comments as well. Go check these links out, family. Recognize that, this is information that we had never heard. After we're involved for such a while, after he was crowned, they got married and she became the empress. In all her glory. Man. This is another rendition. And if you go do a search for these names, you actually find them. They come up. They do show up. So when you hear all stuff going on in Haiti right now, it makes you wonder. It really makes you wonder, like, wait, hold up a minute. What? But they never said this part. It's at her coronation as well, 1859. First lady, man. First lady. Are we the noble ones? I wanted to, let me see if I can find it though. So you can find it. Let me pull it up. You get clever real quick. Trying to think. I'm trying to think. I'm going on a limb here and see what happened. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can find it. I have that. That should not be too difficult. Let me pull a stunt and see what happened. Trying something in real time. See what happens. Wow. Of course it would have to. Of course it would have to pop up. Of course it would have to pop up. I'm just going to share the page one time. I ain't even going, hold up. Let me drop it in here real quick. So I did that quick little search real quick and it did pop up. So much information pop up. I want you to go ahead and just go do this yourself, family. Go look this stuff up, man. This stuff is legit. This is the crown of the emperor. You know what I'm saying? And let me go ahead and open this up. See if I could get this up and running. Hang on. Let me see if I can at least get a page one open up where you can actually see it. So, well, this is not the largest image of it, but it's an image of it. The crown he was wearing in that picture, that sketch I was looking at. This is the actual crown, and it's a museum they have. I'm not sure this is Haiti, like I said, because I'm just looking at the images. But go do your research, go look it up, recognize that Haiti had an emperor, which means that it's part of an empire. So wait a minute. So if Haiti is part of the empire, well, which empire is that? Today, I mean, they literally left Haiti out there to sea, so to speak. But there's nobility that ruled Haiti before the whole, different things unfolded and history basically repeated itself. You know, it is when, things happen and things happen and things happen. Yeah. So interesting. So interesting. So interesting. And like I said, I mean, so imagine me researching this early this day, and on the 23rd of all days, and this came to me. I mean, this, like I said, it wasn't looking for it, but it came. And how it came, it was just like, wow, okay, I got you. I'll bring it to the people. I'll bring it to the people. And what really sparked it for me was, let me go to this one. Let me open this one here. Let me open this in new tab. Yeah, let me open it differently. Let me open it and make it large. Hang on, make it large so you can see. All right. This is what did it for me. Let me share this one. Because imagine now I'm doing research and then this pops up. I'm doing research and came across this. I said, coins, independence, emperor of Haiti. I said, Haiti, emperor, this black man with a coin, his face and his crown on his coin. Now, and when I saw this, one thing came back to my mind. One thing came to mind. And can anybody guess what came to mind when I saw this? Can anyone guess what came to mind when I saw this? I'll give you a few seconds. I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. Or he said, I follow the Ethiopian Orthodox Bible. That is the only true Bible, and all the church denominations have lied to us. Wow. When I saw this, can anybody guess what came to mind? I'm going to connect the dots here now, family. Walk with me. Walk with me. Somebody come walk with me, man. Walk with me. I need to. Somebody come walk with me. When I saw this, one thing came to mind. It's the book of, well, I going to show you since nobody didn't put in volunteer in it. I wish somebody would volunteer first, but I going to take you right there. This is what came to mind, family. This is what came to mind. Y'all would have seen this before, right? Well, this is actually a coin that says, I serve. This is one side of the coin. Somebody, my grandmother always said there's two sides of a coin, right? But guess what? This is one side of the coin. Notice that symbol in the middle, huh? But here's the other side of the coin, family. Barbados penny, 1792. And on this particular, the seahorses on the sea with the trident. Now, right, let me say this real quick. Understand that this is depicting nobility. This depicts nobility. We were told, right, that this is supposed to be a slave. Well, I was told. I don't know if you were told the same thing. Oh, but that's a slave. That was a slave on us. That's who that was a slave. And I said to myself, well, wait a minute. So let me get this straight. So the slave got on jewelry and a crown. Yeah. And it says, I serve. So, and the other side then supposed to be, the other, another fella with a crown. Okay. Like holding the trident. The whole trident, not the broken one. The whole trident. So I had some questions about it, man. Because we always think of Europe, the Europeans, and we think of Caucasians and this kind of thing, but I always ask the question. What is it about Barbados that we don't know? What is it about this rock and the Atlantic Ocean? Because, we have this idea that Barbados is Caribbean, and it's not Caribbean, it's Atlantean, the Atlantic. What's so special about this rock? This rock we call Barbados. Today, we celebrate His Majesty Trident as Emperor. And right around us, we got nobility. Right amongst the Caribbean folks is nobility. And for some reason, we're not taught this in school. We don't teach our children this so they have a sense of worth amongst themselves, have a sense of dignity and purpose for life. So we rob them of that, and we replace it with the TikTok, IG, everything else, and then they emulate what they see, what they hear. Because let's face it, I mean, if the government and the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Education, everybody else is openly claiming this educational thing ain't working, it needs reform. Well, if it was working perfect, it wouldn't need reform. The fact that they all say it need reform, they've been saying it since Ronald Jones. If you remember Ronald Jones, in fact, since me and Miss Motley was education officer back in God knows when that was, because she did the papers. And I read the papers on here at some point in time from 1995 or something like that, when a study was done back then, that it ain't no good. And that's 1995, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm incorrect, somebody correct me. But Miss Motley knew that back then. So what has happened since then till now? 2025. How many years is that, family? Don't even start me on that, man. That is crazy. And nothing. Meanwhile, the youths, we're going to get to that a little later. Because I can't believe this. I got a true story to tell you all tonight about three youths, 2 young men and a young lady who recently got remanded for robbery. I think they're all under 19, all under 18. So like I said, this came to me and I was like, wow, So of course I went a little deeper into that as well. And I don't give you all of it, but I'm gonna give you enough that you will go and, do your little research. And I can't even say little because this thing gets so deep, family. It had me up, like I said, for hours. I don't want to show you that one yet. I'm gonna show the other one first. This one here. Yeah, no, not that one. Show you this one first. Yeah, this one right here, for sure. Listen, family, this thing blew my mind. I mean, it blew my mind. It really captivated me to a point where it had me all over the world searching and looking for stuff. And yes, I did find some interesting finds. There was a few interesting finds. It took me all the way to What's this one called? Walmart. Even took me to Walmart. Yo, it took me to Walmart. I could not believe it. I could not believe it, man. So I came across this at some other point. Let me go ahead and make this large first of all, so y'all can see. Like I said, it took me to Walmart, man. I could not believe it. Let me share this one instead. Go back to share the screen. Yes, it took me to Walmart where I came across this penny on Walmart for sale for $49 US. It's Mason Mint, the lost city of Atlantis and Poseidon, Ocean Emperor. I was like, well, wait a minute, Ocean Emperor. And I was like, wait, man, hold on, man. So naturally I clicked on it, you know, and zoomed in. Well, this a little too much zoom. But y'all get the whole point. And then the other side is the lost city of Atlantis. But when I looked at this again, and the gentleman here holding the Trident as well again. So naturally, once I see Trident, I think of Barbados. Obviously, we think of Barbados. Why Trident is on the flag? It's like we claim to hold a Trident. Ain't nobody else got a Trident. We holding the Trident like is ours. Like we know something that we ain't telling folks. But hold on, wait, family, I got more. So I'm on Walmart looking at this stuff, and I'm like, whoa, boy, this is crazy. I couldn't believe it. So I did some more digging. And sure enough, I found something else again. Like, wait a minute, man. This is a whole nother ball game here. So, and these are pieces that are for sale on Walmart. If you're a collector, you could go get this stuff. No big deal. Where am I going with this, right, family? Hold on. Follow me on this. I got a revelation here for a second, man. In fact, hold on. Let me give it to you now, man. So after doing all this research and back on Walmart and doing some research, I came across this. And when I saw this, trust me, man, like I said, it had me like, wow. Like, wow. So let me see if I could somehow try to be discreet here. I don't know if I should have. I sincerely hope it doesn't show my entire page here because let's just say that this show a little bit more information that I don't want to put out. I don't want to have this information out. They have a little too much info. Too much info for the people, boy. Let me see if I can scroll and bad say that. Oh, there you go. I think I got this now. I think y'all should be able to see this right here. Yeah. I wonder if I can make it larger. I'm trying to see if I can make it larger, but no, it's not coming larger. I use it like this. I do it like this. Okay, so here you go. So I came across this one right here. This is a Barbados $10 coin. This is a $10 coin. Like I have never heard of $10 coins in Barbados. I mean, I know it's silver dollar. I mean, everybody know we got a silver dollar. We know the silver dollar. But this is actually a $10 coin. It's silver and it is for sale on Amazon. Amazon is actually selling Barbados uncirculated money. I'm thinking, well, it wasn't circulated, so it's obviously it's a special. Well, I'm like, I didn't even know they got that. Like, wow, that's interesting. I thought that was very interesting. So then I did some more digging again. Then I came across, is this one? Where is it? Yeah, this one. This is where it gets tricky, family. This is where it really gets really tricky. I need y'all to keep up with this one here now, because this is where we're going. This is where the rubber hits the road. This is where the rubber hits the road, okay? Bear with me here. So then I came across this page right here, family. Let me go ahead and share this one. Like I said, tell a friend to tell a friend. Came across this page. So I can position myself differently on this site. This is actually a Barbados $100 coin, a gold coin at that. In fact, the features is Barbados. They said the Queen Elizabeth at the time, 1966 to 2001, sorry, to 2021. And it's also non-circulating coin. So they have them, but they don't go in circulation, which means it's a collector's piece. $100 coin, gold coin, mind you, it weighs 6.21 grams. It's a round coin. And go ahead, got the information, the mill and stuff like that. And it goes ahead and the inscription, national arms, which is interesting. It shows the national arms, and this was done in 1985. But this is one side of it right here. Pride and Industry. This looks familiar. 1985, Barbados. On the other side, guess what? They show this individual, a female, or what it looks like a female, or what they call a mermaid. That is questionable. So this creature, this mermaid, flowing here and everything, holding a trident. Although it doesn't look like the trident you're familiar with, it's the three-pronged fork. Nevertheless, the one in the middle and the two on the side with the two hooks. It's just a softer version of it. So I was like, wow, look at this is okay. What have we here? So yeah, and of course, it sells for about $683, by the way, for one. So if you're interested in purchasing one of these coins, I suppose you can, if you can find one of the individuals who have one who's willing to sell it. Right now, you got folks on eBay selling old currency. For example, a $5 bill, an old $5 bill for $30. In fact, you can get a $2 bill on eBay right now for $20 US if you're interested. So I don't know, man. Like I said, family, folks out here making paper off of paper, and gold off of gold. Yeah, all I could tell you. Seriously speaking. But I thought this was interesting, though. I mean, like, always depicting Barbados and its nobility, and they will have us to believe it's the Queen of England. It's the Queen of England. And I begin to wonder if that is indeed fully true, or is it that we are missing something and we have not been told? What is it that we don't know? What is it we don't know? So, like I said, I dig and dig and dig, and I came up with another one, another gold coin, another $100 gold coin. But this one doesn't have the female on it. This one is, again, this is an earlier version. That one was 1985. This one goes back a little further to 1983. And it has the quantity of gold there, fine gold, Barbados. And on the other side now, it has $100, and it has the Starbucks logo. Now, keep in mind, Starbucks was not around then. I'm just joking. It's not the Starbucks logo. It is supposed to be, again, Poseidon, god of the sea, the Atlanteans, and he has the trident in his hand, as you can clearly see. So, again, I mean, family, all I'm saying is that, I didn't even know they sell gold. Well, I mean, I thought you can buy gold coins in Barbados. I didn't even know they had gold coins in Barbados. Barbados has gold coins. So folks that got money right now in Barbados in the banks and stuff, rather than have their money in the paper that you see selling on eBay, they might be buying gold coins. $100, one coin worth $100, one coin, or the different values as well. But imagine that you got a stack of these coins, man. Actual gold coins, that is solid gold. Hey, look, man. I know who money will not lose value. These coins become invaluable, man, at a whole different level. But like I said, I came across that. I wanted to share with the people. I was like, wow. And again, this one retails for $676. So if you're interested in one of these coins, if you can find somebody with one who wants to sell it, I don't even know that's possible. I doubt very much. And again, this is 0.500 and it weighs of gold, whichever that value is. I guess that's, I don't know what value that is. I don't want to say it's carats or not. I'm not sure. But yeah, 6.21 grams. 26 millimeter diameter. Yeah. Welcome to Barbados, family. Welcome to Barbados. But that's where we was at, family. I just had to bring that up for you. There's a little more connection with that. But I can give you all. Oh, by the way, this is the $2 bill I was telling you about. That is for sale on eBay. Don't believe me? Type it in. Old $2 bills. So if you got any old $2 bills, you got any old currency, don't watch the face, collect it, go on eBay, set up a page, and put it for sale. Because you never know. Somebody who into collecting money liable to call you and say, listen, I see a thing on eBay, you got your $2 bill, it's official. You know what I'm saying? $20. $20. Look, I saw that. I was like, what? So you telling me that this $2 bill worth $40? So if I take $2 bills and keep flipping $2 bills, you might come up, family. I'm just saying. Make sure you ain't got no tears, no ink marks, nobody telephone number written on it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. Go ahead and try a thing, boy. I was shocked. Especially, and I guess the older the number or the older the money, the more valuable it is. I tell you, man, you cannot make this stuff up at all, at all, at all. All right. Well, is that it for the money train tonight? Do I have one more to show you? Well, yes, I do have one more. I do have. Well, this one is actually a little bit more personal because when I found this one, then I felt the way about it. Actually felt the way about it. Here, look, and I'll show you why. I'll show you why. I know it. This one isn't gold. This isn't. This isn't gold. This is copper and nickel. It's a regular fella. It's a regular fella. Hold on. Okay, so this is yeah. Inauguration of the Caribbean Development Bank. This is actually Barbados, 1970 is what's listed here. 1970, and hold on. So that was okay. I was like, okay, because I seen this in a few countries. Inauguration of the Caribbean Development Bank. I guess that was in 1970. And this one is obviously Pride in Industry, Barbados. This is the Barbados version of such. But when I looked at the other side, following the, what should I say? Following the, what should I say? Following the Proverbs, Aunt Rose. Every coin got two sides. When I click this, I'm telling you, when I click this, family, all I can do is hold my breath. It says, grow more food for mankind. It's a $4 bill. That looks like cane and, well, it looks like cane, sugar cane. Looks like a cane and it looks like bananas or plantains, one of the two. I was like, wow. In 2025, in light of how things are going, and me always talking about food security, this kind of stuff, these kind of conversations. food. I think that when I saw that, I took it personal because that's my thing. Anyhow, let me go ahead and drop this thing right here. So there's so much more that could be added to that. I think that again, if people are interested in looking up stuff and learning stuff, I think it's important that you kind of dive in and dig up stuff and look around and do some research, man. Do some research because you'd be surprised how this thing really unfolds. You start to scratch at the surface. Only in Barbados. Wait, hang on. Yeah, only in Barbados. Um, like I said, the different countries have different coins. And they have their different values. And again, like I said, this one is the different auctions here for folks who actually have these coins. You see some sell for a bit more than others. It's crazy. What to say with this here, boy, Barbados. So as you can see, this is interesting information here. As far as I'm concerned, I didn't even know that we even had a $4 coin. Now, some of these were not in circulation, but this one was in circulation. This was circulating commemorative coin. And so again, the grandparents might have these tucked away in the old purse or the pocket, the church pocketbook, something like that. But quite interesting. Barbados. Okay, I got a video to play here real quick. The reason I brought this up, like I said, is just so much can be said. So much can be said. In fact, I'll give you one more. This one's also on eBay as well. I'll give you one more. This was also on eBay as well. This, as y'all can see, is a $10. This is a $10. Again, Barbados $10. It's a 1973 Franklin Mint. I guess this is a silver one. So on one side you have Pride and Industry Barbados. On the other side you have the Trident, what they consider Poseidon again. They're the mermaid. I think that's a dolphin. He's holding a dolphin fish, something like that. It's just so crazy, man. I tell myself, Barbadians not even aware. I mean, I don't doubt there are folks who are fully knowledgeable about this stuff. I'm sure, but this, like I said, I didn't have a clue. I know one and two little coins. I had the one for the nurses the other day, but this is a whole different story, man. It's the whole different story. Nevertheless, again, Barbados, man. Now think about this. This is just coins and basic stuff. Don't get me wrong, but imagine how much more we don't know that we have never been told or we never been exposed to. This person is selling theirs for a whopping 388 US dollars, man. Authentic ancient Greek. It's a Roman coin. That's funny because it's funny they say the person who sells it call it an authentic. Well, no, I think that's just an advertisement probably. But over here they got Barbados huge 4.2 centimeters, genuine proof silver $10 coin. So now you're buying silver and gold. So when you start trading in silver and gold at this level, it's crazy. These don't be in circulation. You put these in your safe, and their value increase over time. It's something you pass on to the grandkids, man. That priceless, man. Priceless. Neptune was the god of water and of the sea in Roman mythology and religion. depiction of Neptune in Roman mosaic, especially those of North Africa, influence of the Hellenistic convention. Barbados. What is Barbados? Inhabited by Kalinago people since the 13th century. Prior to that, by the Amerindians, Barbados was visited by Spanish navigators in the late 15th century and claimed for the Spanish crown. It first appeared in its unclaimed, it first appeared in a Spanish map of 1511. The Portuguese visited the island in 1536, but they left it unclaimed. If there only remains being introduction of wild hogs for the good supply of meat whenever the island was visited. I think right here, right, family man, like I said, this is good information though. If I'm gonna put this link, well, maybe not this one. Go Google this, family. Go look it up on eBay. And this is one of those long links. So this sharing this wouldn't work out, quite frankly. I'll try to see if I get a shorter version of the link for you. If I can, if I can't, like I said, just go type the name in on eBay. Barbados, 1973 Barbados, huge 4.2 centimeter general improved silver $10 coin. Okay? Or 1973 Barbados $10 coin. It'll most likely pop up. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Yeah, but like I said, I just find it interesting that we have all this information around us, man, and for the most part, Barbadians are not aware. Not aware. Pedro said, yeah, he saw it was can of banana. Hang on, I think I missed a few links here. So to Frank, how you doing, man? Just doing some research tonight, Frank, man. How much Amazon has it for? I don't remember which one it's applied to, but the prices I think I did put it out there. You can't go wrong. Maserati logo established 1914 function of Neptune. Okay. Precious metals, good investment. Of course, it's a good investment. You can't go wrong. But then again, selling $2 bills for $20, but I don't know anymore, but why do you think our children will be taught our history pre-enslavement? When do you think they'll be taught? Maybe tune into Politically Incorrect, man. I'm saying, and there's a few other channels as well. But if we don't tell our story, our legacy, who's gonna tell it for us, man? The silver pumping plenty too. 1970 is not too far away. Nah, that was only the other day. Cane and bananas, yes, Pedro, for sure. Pre-enslaved history will never be taught. Some uncomfortable truths will come out. Valid point, Pedro. That's a valid point. But uncomfortable as it might be, the truth is never, it might be an offense, but it's never a lie. So it might be uncomfortable, but it's necessary in some cases. I love learning every day more and more about my heritage, and I like doing my research. But Maureen, I hope I gave you enough to dig into, man, because there's so much more that this led me to. I'd be here all night if I was to talk about this. Shout out to you too, Tim. Greetings to you, your whole family. But there's some other stuff I want to touch on, though, so I want to go and get into that really quick as well. Let me go ahead and push in the clutch. But yeah, boy, that one was something, man. That was something. Y'all know there was a $2 bill as well. A $2 coin, sorry. Y'all know there was a $2 coin as well. You got the $1, but there was also a $2 coin. Go do your research, family. Go do your research. All right. Having said that, though, I want to push the clutch real quick and touch on a very serious matter, so it's very personal. And on two levels. Let me go at it this way, rather than. Let me pull up the article. Did I pull up the article? I guess I could still pull up. Yeah, I can pull it up. I was reluctant because it had the images in it, but in reality, I think they're probably in the newspaper as well. So I'll let that. Well, not let it slide, but I'll give it a pass. Let me go ahead and get the news article for you. When I saw this man family, I had to say something. I had to say something. Mm, This one was it in Nation News? Was it not? It was a Nation. It was Barbados Today. Yes. So I was scrolling through do my research, and this pops up in my feed. And so when I saw it, like I said, it kind of it hit home a little different. I don't know if y'all would have seen this as well, but I'm going to put it up here in a minute. If I can, this it, not that one. Yeah, here it is. I didn't even know what to say to this, man. Like family, like this just hit different, hit different, hit different. So let me go ahead and share this screen as well. So I was in the city. This would have been last week. This would have been last week. This is Wednesday. This would have been last week, at least last week. I believe it last week, maybe Monday. It could be last week, Monday. Not sure the date exactly. Yeah, maybe last week, Monday. I think it was, or maybe week prior to that, Friday or so. But it wasn't like it could have been. It definitely not more than 2 weeks ago at all. And I was in the city, and I was approached by two young individuals. But I would have known them because I would have seen them before, and we had conversations. We interacted a few times, and this what hurts my heart, man. Like this is what is doing it for me, right? So I'm there, and I saw them in passing in my peripheral. But anyhow, when I circle around, they approached me like, Ross, yo, Ross. So I look back, saw a young man running up to me with his hand up. Yo, 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 remember me? I'm like, yeah, yeah, him and the young lady. Yo, right now, yeah, man, eat for the day, kind of hungry, and trying to get something to eat. And I could see that they weren't necessarily in the best shape per se. So we there reason for a little minute. So yeah, Mark, now trying to get a little work and thing, man, but you know how it is, and that kind of dialogue. And so I was telling him about the farming program and the boat program we were talking about, and they said they were interested in being a part of it. So I said, well, give me the contact, take my number, reach out, whatever goes, so and make sure you show the people, and we can try to plug you in somehow. I remember when we were in the youth program doing work, this would be the same thing all the time. You can only help but so many. But when I saw the clip in the newspaper, yes, first night, I saw this came up. When I saw this, teen trio remanded to Dodds for robbery charges, and saw one of the young men that I would have interacted with, it hit home different again. Like, here we go again. I could think of the amount of young people that walk this walk that we connected with, and their life has changed. I mean, for a fact, changed, complete change. I also think about the ones that wanted to change, asked for help to change. As much as we would love to help, we don't always have the resources to help the way we should be able to help. So these two young men and this young lady, unfortunately, are now being charged with robbery. Now, I don't know what they would have done. And all I'm saying that to say, right, family, like, you see this right here? I ain't knocking the administrators. I ain't knocking the political parties, the BRD. But what I will say is this. It don't take much to fix and help these young people, like it don't really take much at all. It don't even require that much. Out of a little one, dedication, first of all. some resources, but the most important ingredient, right, is a little bit of love. A little bit of love. The boy even asking for a whole lot of love. A little bit of love, man. Let's show the youth some degree of love. Just a little bit. Somebody said, look, I got a voice note. I recorded it because I told I was going, but I didn't tell I was going to record it. That's why I wouldn't play it. But she spoke so passionate. I said, man, I'm going to record this, boy, and I can send it back to her and let her hear it. And she gave me the okay. I going to play it. I going to play it. Because I caught her in that moment, like, natural. A mother expressing herself and her feeling about the young people and whatnot and what going on. And I telling myself, look, family, touching. What I'm saying, it don't take much, smartly, Mr. Thorne or whoever else claim that they about the people. Yeah, we could be out there talking all kind of political. I can come all night and discuss all kind of political stuff. Tired, man. I'm tired. I'm tired of being tired of tiredness. Talking politics all the time. Meanwhile, the youth being led to hell in a handbasket. Somebody said he's smiling. He want meet him with a cat nine. He want this. He want that. He want that. All right. We get it. You would know that psychologically speaking, sometimes people might smile because they don't know what else to do. They're so embarrassed or so ashamed or feel so broken that all they can do is try to smile. Because you see a man smile, when you feel a man smile, you think you smiling because he wants to smile? You think he happy? Man, look, man. The other sad part was the young lady. Because when she spoke to me, it was, like I said, she was like, man, look, I say you looking for some work for real. Want work, like do some work. I thought to myself, man, here we go again. Really? Here we go again with this thing here. They're charged with robbery. Now, like I said, I don't know the details. But my understanding that I think all these are probably, in fact, the article goes on to explain it. I'm almost sure they are all younger than 17 or 17 and under. This is nothing for us to look at and think that this is okay, man. We got to definitely deal with this on a different level. You see what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about it, man. I just say, not if you're begging for reparations. Check yourself. You say a little rest too to check yourself. Well, I not sure the connection, but Pedro, but you could always explain it to me when you get a chance, man. And they'll find, like I was saying though, you see these youth here, we gotta do better, family. We can't wait for the system to do it. And that's how I feel about it. We can't wait, and we shouldn't wait. We should do as best we can to make a difference. Like I tell you, that one hit home differently, man. Like that was like, man, come on, man. It don't take much. Give out one of them electric BMWs when they now got the green license plates on. Just give out one of them, just one. As an easy 400 grand, I'm almost sure. One of the big ones, the big boys. Easy 400 grand, 300 grand. Let's give out one. Let's give out one. Put that money in a program. In fact, I ain't even gonna say nothing yet. Make a couple calls, man. That's what you can do. Make some calls, man. Family, that was one I want to say. Oh, you know what? While we on that topic, let me touch on this too here, right? Let me touch on this here in passing. You remember back in June? June the 17th to be exact. Let me pull this up, man. Maureen said it is sad. Maureen, I don't want to even look. June 17th, Barbados. Pull this up here, man. You remember this? If I can play this here for a second, just a few minutes, not even a minute, about 30 seconds. Hold on, family. Make sure the volume on. This is June the 7th.
Abstain. Two set.
All right. Remember that, right? That was June the 7th. Let me get out of here for a second. This was back in June, and gentleman came and spoke about they destroyed. Don't even remember the count he gave back then. What the number was he gave back then. I don't know if somebody can remember that. What that number was back then, June the 7th. That shouldn't be too hard to find. That shouldn't be too hard to find at all. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Let me see if I can pull that real quick. I want to play the one with him speaking. That shouldn't be too difficult to find, man. Yeah, I remember that. That was it. 6 weeks. Okay. That might have been on the nation then, perhaps. Because CBC only showing you the actual destruction. But nevertheless, that was June the 7th. That was June the 7th. Let me go to this one here. This is now July the 19th. When last I checked, that's about 3-4 weeks, give or take. Go to this one here real quick. Go to this one here. Let me close this real quick. Open this up. This volume is on.
Some as a result.
Let me pull back here real quick. Share this with the people. Hold on.
This morning, we'll be destroying 153 firearms. These firearms range in caliber from .22 up to the AK-47s. Some of these firearms are homemade firearms, and some of them are those firearms commonly referred to as ghost firearms made with the 3D printer. Now, they would have come into the possession of the police through criminal cases which were adjudicated at the court. Some are as a result of operations conducted by the police, and some were handed in by the relatives of the deceased firearm holders.
Hi guys, good day. So check out this.
Okay. Let me pause this. Let me go back real quick.
Written on the wall.
Firearms.
153 firearms. Hang on a second. Bear.
Unlike if you're using wood. Okay, this is
These firearm ranges in
All right.
so nice. This is so nice. And to any height, you can use it at
Okay, there you go. That was playing in the background.
caliber from .22 up to the.
All right. 153. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I want, if you're going to explain to Barbadians who may not be as perceptive or in tune or aware or cognizant of the language you're using, at least be a bit more transparent. Let them also know that these weapons that y'all destroying aren't weapons that y'all seized recently. You understand? So these is weapons or these handguns that y'all are destroying would have been stuff y'all had in storage for God knows how long. It can't currently be a part of any criminal investigation. It can't be involved in any open case, obviously, or any trial for that matter, because it becomes then as evidence, and you can't destroy evidence until it is no longer needed. So for the most part, these particular handguns or whatever it is, let the people know that yes, we're destroying X amount, hundreds, because it was 100 and signing last time, now it's 100 signed again. So you all just had these basically sitting down somewhere sitting down. And so they're not necessarily, what was recently, apprehended or whatever the case is. But I suppose, I don't even know what to. Every effort to make a difference makes a difference. Let me put it that way. But why are we spending efforts on trying to marginalize and identify and target young people as young people carrying guns and this, that, and third and fourth? Let me really start dealing with the root of the issue. If you can be dealing with the issue, when y'all going, bring an arms dealer in front the news and say, look, we found somebody smuggling X, Y, and Z through the, or bullets being sold. So that case came back up in terms of the ex-outstanding officer who was now currently being charged with having possession of 40 caliber and 45 caliber ammunition in his, possession in his vehicle. I remember that first article that came out. Anybody doing some Google search with the media remember that it was almost like a sting operation because naturally people know who he is. Why did they target him? Why did they target him? And why did they target him? Did they know he had those on him? And if so, what was the purpose? All distractions, man. I telling you, people, pay attention here. While we're being distracted from all this, the youth are out here going through it. They're going through it. They're getting the blame and getting incarcerated. And the system, the penal system, that all these folks talking about, young people this and young people that, they're all making money. If young people start committing crime in Barbados, watch how many people be out of work. They talking, right? But if the same youth they talking about that commit all these crimes that they arresting and all this other stuff, stop committing all the different crimes. Serious, man. Anyhow, let me this news, recent news, it is okay. We leave that one there. Leave that one there for now. Anyhow, family. Let me leave that one there for now. It's always sad to see the youth or future destroyed. Serious. Future generations, man. Serious. Don't believe everyone you see. I have a passion for the youth this week. I work in a camp for teens with entrepreneurial interests. It warms my heart to hear all the ideas and visions. Wow, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Out with the old and in with the new. Don't get twisted with them. I'm telling you. Are you telling me? Don't you telling me? You telling me? I'm concerned about the number of teens being sent to an adult prison. We should have a different facility to house young offenders. A program designed to teach and counsel, especially, I'm telling you, especially first timers. Yep. I know I agree with you, Maureen. I'm not sure if they send them to, DODS also has a separate part for young men and young women, because remember they closed on the one that was up in the north of the country. They closed that down as well. But yeah, serious times, family. Serious times, man. And yeah, I'll give you all 2 more videos and then we're going to just wrap it up for now, man. And this is the one I wanted to touch on. And I don't even know if I really want to put this one here because this is just plain crazy. I don't even know how you get to this level of craziness. I keep telling y'all, man. I keep telling y'all. This was obviously something that made the news as well recently. $1.29 million, right? Attack hit surplus. What are we talking about? Yep. Guess what? This is a cyber attack erased $1.2 million from the surplus that the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union Limited, the country's largest credit union, by the way, would have recorded over the past year. Let me see if I get this straight. A cyber attack erased $1.29 million from the surplus. From the surplus. Not that was the surplus. It took out 1.29 million from the surplus. So let me see if I get somebody help me here. Forget the cyber attack. You telling me that the credit union got a surplus of over 1.29 million? Of course, but let me just read the rest of the article. Hold on. This and 3.2 million in costs related to the PWCCUL organizational redesign meant that the corporated earned a 5.17 million rather than the, listen to this here, family. Somebody come here. Somebody come take a look at this. Rather than the 9.6 million it would have recorded under normal circumstances. The prior year's net surplus was 8.2 million. Now let me ask you a question real quick. Surplus. Can somebody define what surplus mean to me? Because I might be a little slow. Surplus. You telling me the credit union making surplus in the upwards or roundabout $10 million in surplus? Surplus. Man, look, I don't even want to touch it. Look, I tell y'all people here, family, see these credit unions, man. Don't get tapped with these credit unions here. Don't get tapped with these credit unions. That's all I can tell y'all, man. Like, I ain't even saying no more. Somebody help me here with this one, man. Almost $10 million in surplus. I hope the credit union, right, looking out for the people. The credit union's cash resources were 477 million at financial year end and 28.5 million increase. Total assets reach 1.8 billion, a 50.2 million increase. Look, man, listen, I gonna say this one time. In fact, hold on. Let me pause this article because I know y'all might have seen it, but let me pause it and give you all a perspective. Y'all need to rethink. Go read this about 4 or 5 times. Just read it 4 or 5 times and post it right there, the Nation newspaper. Go read this about 4 or 5 times. Right here. In fact, let me make it larger so you can see this here on the screen, because make it so you can see it. I want you to see it. I want it right in front of your face, man. So you can see it, man. Like, for real. Study this thing for a minute. So when the prime servant said that Barbados has close to $2 billion in cash deposits, when she said it has close to $2 billion in cash deposits that need investing, I hope you're all paying attention. You mean to tell me that black folks in Barbados, because the white folks don't credit, white folks don't bank at the credit union. The white folks wait to black folks bank at the credit union, then take the money the credit union give to the bank to invest. So they invest your money to a different entity. So they ain't got no connection with you. So let me see if I get this here straight. Y'all telling me that folks in Barbados could pull the susu money in the credit union, because the credit union is the susu. They just get terms to the people who coming in for loans. And who else ain't get theirs means you gotta wait your turn, because money out, you gotta wait to come back in. Study it. So let me see if I get this straight. We got over 2 billion in total, or roughly $2 billion. You mean to tell me we can't finance our own liberation? We can't build our own army? Well, look, the defense force and police alone, the budget is how much? It's about 500 million or something. So we got enough money to, shucks, we could start a whole new army and a whole new police. To police the army and the police. Look, man, look here, family. I'm just, okay, maybe not that part. But the point I want to make is, Why is the credit union not doing more for the people in the credit union that caused the credit union to even have a surplus of $10 million? I don't know what they did with that, but you know what? I ain't even gonna spend more time on that. I say what I said and leave it there for now, man. Somebody please, man. Somebody come up with an idea, a plan, or something. I mean, we shout out to Fade, by the way. Shout out to Fade and the whole Fade family. You know what I'm saying? The whole Fade family, man. Shout out to Barbados National Congress as well. You know, I cannot not shout out the Congress. This is the one of the video I'm gonna play. I might do one more after this, but this is definitely the one I have to play. And I felt that this was worth the attention. This is serious business. Let me let you all hear this one. Hang on.
We have also increased the number of new cancer patients that we see every week, every month. We almost doubled the number. The number used to be somewhere around 24, 25. Now it is close to 50. So we doubled the number of new cancer patients that we see every month. Likewise, the number of regular or follow-up cancer patients, which we see every month, is almost around 700. And we give chemotherapy, hormone therapy, immunotherapy, targeted therapy, palliative care, and we are working towards improving the number of patients receiving chemotherapy as well.
Dr. Sripathi mentioned 700, but we are trending towards 800 patients a month, which is up significantly, another 200 visits from around 600 that we would have seen. And of course, we mentioned the fact that we are seeing around 13 new patients each week. That pushes the staff towards almost sometimes doing extended hours, that we're there from early in the morning and pressing on till 5 in the afternoon in order to get through these new patient consultations. Oftentimes, the work and the involved and intense work of the oncology staff in a small department is not seen.
I want to say this, right, family? The people that working in the hospital. I mean, everybody, even the ones that doing bare foolishness, because you know the day anyhow. But I think we owe a lot to the folks that work in certain institutions. You see, teachers, hospital staff, and what they call sanitation, which I don't know. Well, it may not sound as fancy, but maybe a bit. There's three aspects of the society, right? Of any society that need to be uplifted above all, if nothing else. Teachers, the what we call the sanitation, which I don't even like the word, but we'll work on that. And the hospital, the people that run the healthcare facility itself, direct. But let me tell you all something. We gotta give a big thank you first of all for those who put themselves in a position to care for people at the level of real care. Full stop. The rest of y'all that make it difficult for the others, I ain't even know what to tell y'all, but I hope y'all at least you're there ready. Hope y'all catch on, man. Just do the right thing. Anybody can change. If you can't change, go do it. Somebody else do the work. Simple. But you heard the number of cancer patients doubling weekly, monthly. Those coming in that would have had issues before that now come back in with more issues or playing backup or repeat visits. I'm saying that to say, man, suddenly, I wonder if he's willing to tell us when this thing started coming in suddenly. Like when this picked up. Post what exactly? You know? How about post 2022? Post 2023? Huh? Yeah, family, look here, man. A lot of things are happening left, right, and center. And we got to really start paying attention to health. We got to start paying attention to family. We got to start paying attention to our community. and to our nation and the region as a whole in so many different aspects. So many. Like I said, I have so much other videos I want to drop, but I ain't gonna drop because I've been on here a little minute already. That wasn't the plan, by the way. But I definitely wanted to touch on one of two things I felt was really important. There's also a regional video I wanted to touch, what I wanted to touch on as well. And I might play it in part and give you all the link to check it out yourself because it's a bit long. So I may not play the whole thing, but I definitely would like folks to copy the link and put it in there as well. But I'm gonna put this link up. Go check this out as well. Two things I want to put up about this. Two things. Let me get the first one here. Let me go get the second one. Let me fetch the second one really quick. For the hospital staff, Anthology and the others, all I can say, man, is keep up the good work. I know it's a lot we require of you because it's so few of you, but best you can hold it fort till we get help. You know what I'm saying? Because hopefully we can inspire a lot of young people, some mature ones as well, maybe who are interested to get involved in nursing. Show to the nursing, the TVAC Council that teaches nursing as well in Barbados. And one of the best, quite frankly, and the other nursing homes, Roy Wardine in the north of the island. In fact, I had a few young ladies that went there as well that spoke about that very highly. They said that that's one of the best places as well. So shout out to the Roy Wardine nursing home as well. That also works with the TVAC Council and stuff like that. Shout out to all these people that learning, that want to be in the industry to help and give of themselves. Look, we better pay attention here. If more people go in there and the place get overwhelmed, what they get overwhelmed, what gonna happen? They're gonna burn out. Something called burnout in certain professions. This right here is the brother. This is burnout, and once they start burning out, they start to make mistakes. That they make, man. So let's see what we could do, man. Be patient with the people who work in the hospital. I know I might go there, make noise sometimes. I don't make noise no more. I pass that. But my point is, you got to realize and understand that some Barbadians doing the best they can with the resources they have. Others are simply just raping the institution for the resources. That is a reality. We ain't gonna hide it. We gotta have to call a spade a spade. They gotta detect the test. And of all people, Will Franklin said he want the politicians and stuff to detect the test. Man, I don't know, boy. Look, they oh man, put Dale Marshall should be the first body to sit there and take that test. Period. I could think of two questions off the top of my head. Have you ever been involved in the misappropriation or the sale of land that was stolen, that was seized or swindled out of some elderly lady or man or some estate? Especially down St. James, like western side, down that side deal, Marshall. Can't call you Marshall, man, because that you not. If you had that, I suppose these young people be in a better position. When they don't care, it's obvious. So you could speak on it. Why? Because your behavior illustrated way better, way louder than I could ever utter it. Get vexed, man. You should have been vexed with yourself. Let me drop this real quick here, man. While we at it, make sure, Cal, with Franklin also get on the test and ask him a few questions too. For example, how come you know all about this misappropriation of land? Violet Beckles, to Beatrice Henry, to also, Marie Louise Stewart. How comes you got so much information about all these plots of land that went missing, Mr. Union Man? Just a question for the people, everybody getting questions, right? There's a question. How come you always seem to be in the middle of this thing? Tell us, man. Inquiring minds want to know. Let me not put that one on. Not that one. Okay. Okay, not that one. Okay, I'm gonna play this one real quick. Like I said, I'm gonna give you the link to this one. I know people say, Manuel, stop teasing the people, man, because you be saying you're going to put this and that, and you don't put it. Okay, like, I put that one up. I put this one up. So while I let this one play a little bit, I'm going to look for the other one. But listen and part this a second here, family. Hang on.
What you're seeing right now is not normal. Trinidad's airports, once bustling with international travelers, are now ghost towns. Foreign airlines are pulling out in droves, canceling routes, and slashing thousands of seats. Why? Because something has gone terribly wrong. And if you think this doesn't affect you, think again. This is a crisis that could send shockwaves across the entire Caribbean and possibly your wallet. Welcome back, folks. Today, we're diving into one of the most shocking travel collapses in recent history. Trinidad's airports are empty. Major airlines like British Airways, American Airlines, and even Caribbean Airlines are cutting flights left and right. Thousands of seats gone, tourism revenue evaporating. And the worst part, this wasn't an accident. This was the result of policies, decisions, and failures that have now left an entire nation stranded.
All right. I'm going to pause it there for a second. The link is in the comments right there. I just posted it. Go check that out. And while we're doing that, I want to switch real quick to this. I got this link again. Shout out to the inbox crew. Former Trinidad PM detained. Oh, let me pull it up fully for y'all, man, so y'all can see this thing. Let me drop my. There you go. Former Trinidad PM detained in Antigua, placed on Interpol's list. Really? Really now? I'm going to put that link also in the comments. Yep. Keith Rowley Monday said he had been detained on a stopover in Antigua to Barbuda and that his name had been placed on a watch list for the Paris-based International Police. Imagine that. Imagine that. Now, all I want to say, right, family, I know that a lot of these politicians feel as a joke thing that we don't live on the new world order, right? They think that because they might got a little friend here or they might know a little special something or the other that going to save them. What they fail to realize, right, that there was always a higher government. There was always a higher order. That's called divine order. Chosen ones that came here to restore order, defenders of the faith. That's the thing you got to know, study, because it is that time. It is that time, plain and simple. Plain and simple. Wait, Sean, we're getting on, man. Like you took a nap. All right, greetings to you too, colleague. Greetings. Night to you too, family. Night to the matriarch. Oh, good to see y'all on this beautiful high day. Jel said 1.2 million story. That is a bunch of, yeah, you think so? That money gone, though. That money gone. Go read that article, man. Blow your mind, man. Blow your mind. Never mention how much was taken from the ATM at mile and a quarter. Don't worry, that one insured. I am sure that they're going to get that covered. The reason why they don't mention the amount that was taken, right, Jel, is because if the people get away with only, let me say 1,000, I guess they can always report that it was 100 grand. You know, who gonna know? I don't know. I don't know, man. I maybe they'll announce it in the news tomorrow. We'll see. Give them a break and see, man. Why only 1.9 and not full amount hack? That is smelling. That is smelling like spoiled fish. Well, actually, I think what it was is that they had to spend some money on the, putting some new security measures in place and so on and so forth. That kind of story. I know the people who were selling the security package was the one that actually hacked it. I don't know, but it makes you wonder, right? Barbadians saving too much. They want some of that money. Of course, you see, Barbadians were convinced that they should save the money rather than being taught how to invest the money. So all we do is just put it down. I tell people there's a story in the Bible about that. A king went away and left 3 people with some funds. One had 5, one had 2, and one had 1. The 5 man flipped his, the 2 man flipped his. The fella went and saved it. I ain't gonna tell you how that went down. It should be against law to suspend or expel any child under 16 years from school. We have to do better. Where do we expect these kids to go, and what do we think they will be doing? Facts, Maureen, facts. They say Barbados are risk adverse. Again, learned behavior, man. Learned behavior. Greetings, family. Godspeed. Godspeed all day, every day. Is this doctor a consultant from India? Oh man, Pedro, you is too much, man. Well, I don't know. She's a consultant. She might be resident. I don't know, but she talking about the increase in cancer patients. That's the part I was focusing on. I'm not sure she consulted or otherwise, but it's, I don't know. Maybe she married a Bajan. I don't know. Who knows? Chemotherapy just unavailable. People people faster. Chemotherapy just unalive people faster. I got you. Look, family, I don't know. We got to figure it out, man. No, they are operating worse than the banks. I'm getting tired of the whole system. I joined the credit union in the early 80s. Service was good back then. It might have been always good. It might have been good service, right, Maureen? But understand that the folks back then didn't want black folks in the banks. See, before it was they didn't want black folks in the banks. Black folks had to make a little money in the 70s and whatnot, at least a little bit more than they had, outside of the category folks. So they didn't really want you in the white banks. So don't forget back then it was a lot more lighter than it is now. So they say that they convince a few folks to open up some credit unions, some susus for locals. But don't worry about it. You're gonna keep that money when you collect it, man. Bring it and give me. But the banks do want to deposit money. They get to multiply it 9 times and whatnot. So they convince the credit union to give them that amount so they could flip it, make more, give out some to the credit union, man, until they keep that. Don't tell nobody I got you covered. 10 million in surplus. Somebody help me here, man. Somebody help me. Yeah, they said that toxic, Jack. Okay. Ain't got to say no more. Need some data. That's right, Pedro. I'm telling you, man. I've been down the cancer journey in the late 90s. Late 90s. Those cancer consultants have to be highly special. I can imagine, man. I can imagine. I see you a survivor, Maureen. God's child, man. You definitely a chosen one, for sure. We have a spike here in Ontario where new cancer patients also. Everywhere got a spike right now. I bet if we do some research on that. Pedro, let's do some research on that, man. I bet you see a spike everywhere. Specialized because they are dealing with unclear medicine. Well, Maureen, I know what you're going to say, right, Maureen? But we ain't going to let them folks. Yeah, that thing there is, no, and they know what it is. It's doing what it's supposed to do. We who don't know what it is. I can shine some light on your question, but go right ahead, Valerie. Show it to Valerie, by the way. No and do nothing comes to mind. Show it to Pam, man. This is from another mother. That video is an AI video. It might very well be, but go and check it out, though. Actually, go do some research on the situation in Trinidad. In fact, go do some research on the situation in America. Same thing. So just check it. Give you that for homework, Sean. Just check it. Don't just buy into it. Go check it. Because if it is that, again, tourism is down in certain parts. I know there's hotels in Barbados telling me that they're in record low numbers around this time of year. So these are hotels that usually be booked. I don't know, family. I don't know. Pedro say that look fake. Yeah, Pedro, now it's AI. We know that. Go check it out. It's all going to plan then. That's what I'm talking about, Pam. That's what I'm talking about. Greatest love to you too, Valerie. The Rowley thing could be a distraction as well. Listen, Rowley right now, he's a major actor in this scene, but not that it is not a distraction. It's all distractions. It's all a distraction. Don't get tight with it. But what it also is the truth unfolding. Don't forget, the lie is never based on a lie. The lie is based on the truth that was twisted. You got to learn how to untwist it to see it. So keep that in mind. Everywhere, places that ain't getting safe and effective drug doing well. There's some places. I agree. Well, I think that the objective was to achieve what we see happening now, and so we got to be mindful of that for sure. No such thing as a surplus. Real sweat and equity gone with the flying fish. Yo, where do you come up with this stuff, Bam? Unbelievable. Something going on in the sky. Too many small planes falling out the sky daily. Really, Tim? I was superstitiously given pertinent documents as I was released from Dodds. Really? It is in safekeeping. You cannot make this thing up. Wow. Crazy. Cruise passengers are also being altered to the state of emergency in Trinidad. I'm telling you, but go look up the situation in America. I actually had a video for that. Like I said, it's just too much videos tonight. I'll bring this up later in the week. We'll connect on that. But Rowley, all of it, family, the point is, even the one with Obama that came out yesterday, I don't know if y'all heard that. I don't know if I can find that one now. It probably, if I wanted, I could find it. But apparently, no. Yes, Donald Trump and Obama. So, there, I can give you the link. Y'all go check this out and see for yourself. Why am I saying this? It's all distractions, yes, but why and what for? Put the link right there. So they're now claiming that apparently Obama and Hillary fake documents that imply that Trump was making deals with the Russians to alter the 2016 election. But apparently an FBI agent supposed to have leaked some files, some redacted files to show that, yes. And my point is, it may be all distractions, yeah. But when you start seeing them push things in a certain direction, just have why. Being accused of treason. Look up Larry Sinclair. Pedro, that you know what's going on, Pedro. That you've been paying attention. Banks don't lend out deposits. They create new money from loans. But Sean, we need to get you up in the central bank. You really know what's going on. This is the true family. So if they collecting deposits and not giving up money for deposits, but true money they create through loans, and where the deposit money going? Investments. But anyhow, that's another conversation for another time. Family, it is that time. We definitely have to be very mindful in what we're doing. It's becoming apparent, very clear that things just ain't the same like before, man. Things ain't the same like before. I looked at that situation. That lady was assaulted up in somewhere in St. Philip. Was it St. Philip? She was the lady from the shopkeeper, and the guy that assaulted her because she told him money was torn and whatnot. or had the issue with the money, and he flipped the script. The woman. You know, let me pull up this video. This right, this is the one there. This is the one there. Flip this way here and drop this science real quick. Right, this all. All right. So that is it there for me now. Anyhow, family. Like I said, 2 hours. That was not the plan. And I'm gonna see after 12 by now. I don't even know what time it is. Yeah. Anyhow, family. Y'all will have a peaceful, upful, joyful, restful evening. So much going on. But like I said, today is the coronation. Sorry, the Earth Day, the entry day of His Majesty, Haile Selassie I. And I brought up the videos with the coronation for the brother from Haiti and the sister, the Emperor and the Empress. Emperor, Empress is part of empires, man. And we got to realize that. In fact, when His Majesty went to Haiti, it was to reconnect Haiti with Ethiopia. They share something in common here. There's a relation between the two. That's why I'm not surprised that the emblem, they royal seal will look the way it looked. If you know about Ethiopia royal seal, you would know that the two of them is almost identical. Very similar. Anyhow, family, go do some research. You got a lot of information tonight. Go check it out. Go look it up. Go share it with your friends. See if you get your hands on them $100 gold coins. I've never seen those before. I don't know if y'all were aware of that. Never seen before. So that's what's up, man. But anyhow, it's good to have y'all. Thanks for staying up. I know it's a little late, but we're going to get some rest. Got a bright day tomorrow. A lot of stuff happening. It would take it. She said, "Red Jobs, Banks, Spooner." So it would take a graphite spreadsheet like Neo4j to unravel it all. Valerie, I know you know you're talking about, man. It would take a graphic spreadsheet like I know you know what you're talking about, man. Monica, Spooner Hill. What happened in Spooner Hill? Okay. When I saw the video with the guy though, like in fact, maybe let me see if I find it. Maybe that will be the last one I play. Because I saw her video. I just saw it actually. I saw her video. Then I saw his. Was it here? Maybe it's here. Let me see.
What you're seeing right now is
Nah. That's not it. Hold on a sec. I just had it. Let me see if I find it again. Not seeing it. Not seeing it, strangely enough. Thought I had it just now. Maybe I didn't. Well, I did have it. I didn't see it now. All right, let that ride then. There's a reason for that. Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, yeah. It was looking in the wrong place. Sorry. Here. When I saw this, I was saying to myself that I don't know if it's a case where I thought otherwise, or maybe let me play her first. Well, I'm gonna play her. Let me see if I can get hers to lead me to his. Because this is it. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. I don't want to play hers though. But let me pull this up. Real quick, family. Real quick. When I saw this, right? And this is I listened to her story. And by the way, I wouldn't even touch that. Yeah. But this is what I want to touch on. The gentleman that they said, you know, would have done this particular the man who's accused of doing this. But he pleaded guilty apparently to the assault and got remanded to prison. But I want to pause it there for a second. When I listened to her story, and I was listening, in shock myself, like, wow, that escalated really quick. I know the same person, whatnot. I say, if you never saw him, you should know him. He's not a regular patron to the establishment. But this is the thing for me. So I went to see who was going to come out. Of course, people are like, let me see who this fella is. But like, this is some kind of crazy. So the guy comes out, t-shirt, short pants, and slippers. I'm thinking, wait, hold up. T-shirt, short pants, and slippers. Well, I know that you can't go in court in t-shirt, short pants, and slippers. That don't, anyhow. So I thought to myself, you mean to tell me nobody in Barbados that know this man can carry a shirt, a pants, a pair of shoes. I mean, nobody, not a friend, not a relative, mother, father, granny, colleague, work, nobody. So I thought to myself, is it that people right now are so lonely or so alone, or I was trying to, I know I'm probably reaching here. But I said to myself, the man go on court in slippers, short pants, and a t-shirt. As if nobody cares about this man. Enough to bring here when you go in court or you got to get yourself jammed off. Why is he? So I don't know if this man is out of Black Rock or just came out of the same prison and just looking to go right back. Or I don't know the situation. I don't know what caused him to. I don't know what caused him to happen like this, right? But man, I just thought this was crazy. But then he got the audacity then to want to hide. I tell myself, what happened? I ain't sure. You got lost sick people walking around here. Seriously. Just in case people want their money, you can tell the customer you lend out their money. Yeah, Sean, we loan it out. So that's why you can't go to the credit union and get back so much. You can only get a certain amount in one given time because they don't keep but so much. They don't have access to so much. Trust nothing, question everything, follow your gut feeling. The second brain, man. So your gut instinct. Time for the closing tune. All right, Maureen, I got you covered. How you know it's a good night to you too, family. Love, light, unity, family. For sure. Unite all day, every day, man. Shows like yours bring awareness. Well, give thanks, Valerie. Give thanks. Full 100 for that, man. Full 100. Don't mind Facebook. Deleted all on the first. Was it the first of? Yeah, about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. Any live video that's now on Facebook for more than 30 days will be deleted automatically. So that whole catalog of 500 videos gone. Don't worry. I got the drive. I got the drive, man. I got the backup. Don't worry. I got the backup, man. Say correct, Pam. Correct. No matter how many times a snake changes its skin, it's still the poisonous snake within, always wearing a smile. Well, Pam, I'm gonna tell you something, right? The only reason the snake sheds its skin is so it can become a bigger snake, right? Keep that in mind. So true, sis. We in the pit of snakes, man. He didn't want to hide when he was beating the woman. That's what he's talking about. Why hide now? Maureen, you get my point, man. Like I said, all right, yes. Give thanks for the forwarding. Give thanks for the forwarding. All I can say, right? Maybe the brother has mental issues. We don't know. Maybe he snapped. Issue with the job, family. Maybe issue with his children. Maybe issue with himself. Like I said, we don't know. It just don't make sense. It just seems a bit strange to me. Nobody can even look out for the man. You know, man. Sometimes you gotta wonder about these situations here, family. But anyhow, Maureen said it's time for the closing tune. So that was it, family. I give thanks again, like I said, for those who tune in. I know it's late, but this was the tune I played the other night. You know, you gotta play this tonight again, of course, for sure, for no other reason but one reason. You know, Haile Selassie first, Empress was there, Manning. It's the perfect balance, the one perfect balance. And so, naturally, I give thanks for the entry day of His Majesty, July the 23rd. (1892).
Selassie forever and ever and ever. King of kings, he'll always be endless as the time to me. I will hail eternally. Selassie forever, until they crown another king to take the place of the royal hymn. I will forever sing Selassie forever, until they wrote another book. On his royal face I look, no matter how long a time it took. Selassie forever, Selassie forever, forever and forever, until they crown another hymn. Selassie forever, until they show I'm on the spot where they say his body rot, until they prove to me the lot. Selassie forever, until they found another man of whom the world can understand. On this old solid rock I'll stand. Selassie forever, Selassie forever, forever and forever, until they crown another hymn. Selassie forever, yeah. Rastafari rule forever, forever and ever.
Yes, I believe.
Selassie forever
And ever and ever and ever, 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 ever. Yes, I am.
Selassie